Welcome back to another Paul review. Woo! Oh, dang. Look at him right off the bat. Destroy everything money. I just got ready. Tomorrow, I should have ad revenue. So, excited about that. I don't know if I have to jump through any more hoops for YouTube. So, pretty cool. I think I just should cross it by tomorrow. Or I did today, I think. So anyways. Oh, wait. He probably can't even. From parts unknown. How's the cabin life?
Good so far. We're about.
Was the Bat Cave? Was the Bat Cave good today?
The Bat Cave was excellent today.
You were scoping out there.
I was out of signal almost the entire day in the caves, but it was fun. It was fun. And then I come out of it as soon as I get signal. I find out. I don't know how my signal is, by the way, because the internet's pretty busted.
Uh-oh. That was a bear.
No. They're closing the curtain there. They're locking me in here.
Oh, dang. I just had a whiskey before this, but that one I got was pretty good. So yeah, I didn't see this till like lunch, and then I saw his video, my portfolio. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. I'm like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna be a year to date bro and talk about all his sweet performance.
Oh, he was even better. I think he's way better than a year to date, bro. Oh my God. He just literally just plastered random stocks onto the screen. It's like, yeah, I bought these and they're up.
Like just hilarious. And yeah, this. Oh my God. Just randomly throw stuff on the screen, and like there's not even videos recording him buying any of, like, some of these he's got videos on that he bought supposedly, but like not all of them. It's so random. And
I don't think he has pay comp. Yeah, because there's no confirmation. I don't even know the allocation. So this is what I tell people. It's like he doesn't even provide the allocation here. We have no frame of reference.
No. And I should point out to people, this was from my last portfolio review, which was from like 2020. He's not showing all the shit he does outside of his stocks. Like, if you don't think he's still doing this stuff here, all these contracts, people, he's still doing all this stuff. He just wanted to show you just a little bit over here. So it was so ridiculous for him to think that he could get that past people. So
I'm really glad though that the comments came in mass, the comment section. Oh my God.
I know I went after him twice, so made sure I made my point, because I can't use my main account anymore. So
wait, is your main account blocked?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, couldn't take it. He couldn't take it. I questioned him on a live stream about his short, and then he blocked me immediately. Well, his underling got in a fight with me. That his analyst. They have an analyst. So we found him on LinkedIn too. Not very no experience. Again, Paul loves these guys that are like no experience in investing, investment bankers, Wall Street, nothing. He just plucks these people from like the state of Ohio. These like random people. So
imagine having that on your resume. I was an analyst at Everything Money. The fund's gonna go like, huh? Who are they?
Like, money? What are you talking about? Oh my God. So I had my second portfolio review on the back burner, and then I saw this, and I figured be a good time, I suppose, right? Why not? So
oh yeah, do you have that? The one where he posted, because we get little snippets of him here and there.
Yeah, so I've got it here. I can play the video.
Oh, I remember these.
So let me hold on. Video. Okay. Portfolio. Okay, let me pull it up. God, he is fucking. Man, I always say Seth made them at least personable. They really screwed up getting rid of Seth. What? So this is Okay, so this is number 2. Like I told everyone, I had 3 that I found that I downloaded where I like portfolio updates where he identified stuff he owned. So this was number 2, February 20th, 2022. Okay, so
we are trying to teach a process here. The 1, 10 or 15 or 20% less than it's worth.
okay, so you can see Smith & Wesson, Walgreens, Baba, Facebook, Steelcase, Intel, and Herman Miller, which changes ticker symbol. So
Yes. Yeah.
but then he talks about
okay with this. I'm trying.
What does it do?
It's from me at a price that's determined in the future.
where is it?
On February 1.
Here you go, the
And they
put
might
strategy
pay
crap.
me 50 cents per share. So if on February 1 the stock is selling for above 135, their net is 450.
Oh, I should say in the video he says he got into Meta because his puts got executed, or he sold puts and then they got covered. So he didn't purposely buy Meta. So he was forced to buy it.
It's even better, honestly.
Yeah.
120 to 135, but everything above 135 I don't get because I sold it for 135. Now, this done across 30 or 40 stocks, month in, month out, week in, week out, generates me a lot of extra money and revenue.
A lot of risk, people. It's not free. I really want you to do. I've said to you, like, to the show, like that's another topic, but like the option selling bros, like the premium collectors, right? I don't know what you call them, but
You want me to go after them?
I think you could go after them in a really good way, like when Strongman went after the discounted cash flow. Like I think, but you could nail them on how. Like to me, it seems so trivial to like just sit there and collect premiums on these contracts that you can have unlimited losses on. And I had one guy talk to one. He did it for his dividend stocks, and he annualized the premium, and it was like 2% for taking on the risks of these contracts that he was selling. So he came to the same realization I did when I did it with McDonald's. It's such a trivial amount of money for the risk and the trouble of figuring out how to do it. It's just like, it's pointless.
I want to say, do you remember that club member? I don't know if you remember. I don't remember his name. I think it was, at the risk of getting it wrong, it might have been imagine going 3x SDAO, 3x long SDAO. But he said something along the lines of that he realized, I don't know if this is the member who said it, but I realized this year that you really you can make a tremendous amount of money just doing nothing, being patient, just buying a solid business and then just nothing.
Yeah.
Just letting it be. And I don't want to say or make it sound like I don't do options. I do. I had the Salesforce call options, right, that expired this month, that I sold, right. But I have some mistakes. I have some mistakes in call options that I've talked about in the past. It's not free money. I got lucky with my Meta ones. Do you remember those? The ones I closed when Meta did that quick dip down, and I managed to close. If I had held on to them, I would have given up some of my gains effectively, because the expiration was for February 2024 of a strike price of 310. And I was able to repurchase back the options when Meta struck below 300 for a brief period, just a little brief sell-off before we knew it. It's now at $350. So I will say I got lucky on that one. If I was, I don't know, not paying attention or decided I'm not going to do it that day, right now it would have been looking like a mistake. So.
Well, like my friend has 4 AMD contracts right now. I think I mentioned they're like $80 strike. So he basically just bought himself time because he's a long-term AMD shareholder. So he's in a dilemma. Does he want to buy those shares of like all 4 contracts or 2 of them, or just sell them for profit? So it was allowing him to get exposure to more equity than he wanted to put capital up at the time he bought them. And I just think so many people have this misunderstanding, like options is an investment style, I guess. Like it's just I don't know, it's a tool is what the way I've used it. Like
Yeah.
it gave me, like, I bought a few contracts when I was in AMD with him. I bought contracts when I was doing Ford because I knew I wanted some options, for lack of a better word. I didn't want to put all the capital up front that I wanted exposure. I wanted more exposure than the capital I was going to use at the time. And then I was able to, then you can figure it out later. But the selling of contracts, I just think is such a point. I've never heard a good case for why it matters. Like, I don't know.
In some instances, like for example, the one I'll point to, just pat on my back because I already said how I got lucky on the Meta ones, but like the Salesforce one, that one was a good one because I was getting really good premium for what seemed like an unruly move because I was benefiting from the volatility of the share price early 2023. But if you actually see what those same contracts were going for every other month besides basically Q1 of 2023, it was an anomaly. It was an anomalous period because again, the implied volatility was really high for Salesforce.
Interesting. Okay.
Salesforce now is, I think, because the strike price was $295, expiring mid-December. They already expired. But yeah, Salesforce didn't get there. But at the beginning of the year, because of the move that Salesforce experienced in Q1, the market, there were at least people making that bet as a whole. We're talking about the market, but.
So I found the part you've already played this in before, but for people, this is the part where he says the holdings for the portfolio that we're going to talk about.
I own Walgreens. I own Baba. I own Facebook. Alibaba. I own Intel. I own Steelcase. I own Herman Miller.
Shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
He also says so that's 7 for people. He also says he owns a few others that he couldn't remember. So I threw Southwest in because we know he owned Southwest back then and now. So I put that one in. Okay. So back to share screen. So here it is. Here's the 8 we identify. No ETFs this time, like last portfolio, so we don't know if he does or doesn't own those gold ones anymore. So the back test. So back test this. So how do you think he did? If we back tested from the date of the video, February 22 to present, 100,000 dividends reinvested, no rebalancing.
Can I just say one thing?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't hold on to a lot of those. He sold them at the lows, like Steelcase.
Oh yeah,
I own Steelcase, and I made good money on Steelcase.
He doesn't own, no Meta right now.
So that's the thing. This portfolio is going to look a lot better than it actually is.
Yes. So honestly, people, you could almost take like Meta out, or I should probably like reduce the holding because he did not hold it through the best times. There's no proof he did. So I didn't totally equal weight it. I gave him a little more weighting for Meta and Baba because they're so much bigger market cap companies, but we don't know what his holdings are. We have no idea, people. So I ran, first up is SPY, right?
Yeah.
So here is the performance. It's so bad.
Let me see. It's a little blurry for me. Hold on. Worst year, portfolio 2. What's the... Oh, okay.
So his portfolio lost $21,000 if we went from the date of the video to today. So SPY made like 4. Because remember, people, beginning of 2022, everything dropped 20-ish%. So yeah, so he got wrecked if he had held this. And then let's go annual returns, since we only got 2 years though. All right, first year, he was supposed to do good in the bad times, people. He was supposed to do good in the bad times. 2022, he lost 40%. SPY lost 13%. And then this year, doesn't matter. He still didn't recover. It's crazy.
This is still including Meta?
Yeah, I didn't take Meta out.
Oh my God.
If I took Meta out, people, it would be bad. Like if I because he did not hold it to today. We know that. But so there you go. That one. So next one is I did QQQ. We'll just do it. We'll be tech bros. So same particulars. Again, it didn't change a lot. QQQ did better than SPY. So again, he got wrecked 21,000. You made 8,000 and change if you had QQQ during that same time frame. So again, surely he could outperform QQQ in 2022, right? Because he's a value investor. I mean,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, so even with Intel, because Intel, another one that
Yeah.
we added to, we're doing really well in Intel.
So
Even
again,
with the
like
rally.
the red people is him, right?
Oh my
So he lost 40%. So he was down more than QQQ last year with this basket. And then this year it didn't
more.
matter. Still got wrecked. So this is just blowing that narrative. Like he doesn't perform well anytime ever, people.
Yep.
Never ever does he perform better than anything index wise.
Do you have that comment? Someone said that in the video today. I thought it was hilarious. They said this is the LeBron James of investing. I think it's the same comment, but if not, it's two different comments. But someone said this is a guy who does poor in a good time, poor in a bad time.
All right, this one.
Oh yeah, there it is. It is. Okay, so I did remember it correctly.
This one.
He's the LeBron James of investing, and yet he still does bad in a bull market. He does bad in a bear market. And then it's like, thanks for the note. We love it. GC. Oh God.
We have to do, of course, VT. So to make a long story short, he still lost. VT broke even basically. But yep. VT beat him for strongman. And then the last but not least, I didn't do this with the first portfolio, but this one, cash. Simple cash. So let's run cash against him. It's even worse. So literally putting cash in the bank in a money market account destroyed him with this portfolio. So
Oh my God.
You gotta love this. It's like the perfection of the straight cash line while he's just wrecked. So
but I'm happy that by doing these videos, Strongman doing what he's doing, it's brought a lot more awareness because you see that in the comments. We're making a difference.
I think so.
Yeah.
I do think so. And I don't know. I continue to. Someone called it spreadsheet war investing, which I really love that term. It's literally. And then he had like a tweet about what he believes. I'll show you. Like, I couldn't stand this guy. Or Twitter. Well, just like the whole idea of how he views investing is just not gonna work. Here. So someone sent him an article about value investing. He's like, here it is. This one. It's interesting to me to see that so many people think value investing is all about buying companies for as cheap a price to earnings ratio as possible. That's pretty much what you do, Paul. This is not value investing, although it can be a form of value investing. No, that's what you do, Paul. You literally just buy like the cheapest companies with no growth potential and high free cash flow. So they look great in your 5-second Excel spreadsheet program. And then this garbage, value investing in its simplest form is paying less for an asset than its intrinsic value. Okay. But like that's everything about investing, people. Like,
yes.
You think his spreadsheet, Paul Gabriel, who's never worked on Wall Street or never run a hedge fund, he's cracked the code on finding intrinsic value of stocks. This man who sells you a program that Strongman created in like 30 minutes. And most of it was just putting like dick pics in it when he made it. I made it in like 2 hours and I was just messing around with it. Like, I'm not a CPA, so.
Let me see. Give me a simplistic example. Let's say, what is his example? Both make billion, which, oh God, it's so long-winded. This guy loves himself. Oh.
I do think I got into a little fight with another YouTuber too, because he said, I keep hearing this, everyone's a value investor. I've heard this shit. I'm like, no, there's people, they're like quality-based investors also, where you're not looking for necessarily stocks that are like, you know, cheap below intrinsic value. You're looking for companies that are maybe add value. You think, man, you know, not expensive, but you can see the growth trajectory somehow developing for them. Which we could argue Joseph Carlson is probably a quality investor,
Yes.
more than a dividend
quality,
investor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they can perform. I think there's advantages to that type of investing. I don't think it's like you haven't cracked the code or anything, but
here's if I'm trying to, I guess my one thing about looking at Joseph Carlson's portfolio or his type of investing is it really does depend on when they get let's say they get the call wrong, because he'll be typically buying companies with poor setups, meaning, you know, for the time being, the narrative is in their favor, the numbers are in their favor, nothing is foreseeably going to go wrong with the company, so therefore you are paying up for that quality. So once, or if I would say once you buy a company that the setup was poor, you can probably think of a couple that he's done already. It just depends on his allocation, because I can almost
because I bought Alibaba.
That his allocation is almost random. So it's just going to be luck of the draw if he allocates a crap ton of capital to a story and that story doesn't turn out well, and he bought at crazy nosebleed prices. Setup was poor, meaning that, again, the narrative's in its favor, et cetera, and something unforeseen happens. That's when you buy a company and the setup is favorable. You're talking about a company where it doesn't have to do much to impress. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's really hated for some odd reason, but yeah, he's not buying those.
No. Okay, you're gonna love this part. So Alibaba. So if people know, he got a lot of shit because he said he was only down 7% on Alibaba in the portfolio today. So we got the one he did today. I'll put a minute. So here's a video from Paul. This was July 2021.
Baba. A lot of people that I love, Sven Carlin likes Baba.
You out there who sit there and go, stocks won't go down. Look at this. Okay. Just in October and November, I think it was like Alibaba was $317 a share. Yeah. As of this morning, it is $184, $185
now.
$182 a share.
I'm freaking out.
Okay. Now, I don't believe in just mimicking successful investors. However, my biggest concern on Alibaba was the reporting of numbers out of China.
Yes.
The SEC came out this year and said they're going to require any company overseas from China who is listed in the U.S. to have U.S. auditors audit them and pay attention to their SEC rules. That made me feel better. On top of that, Sven Carlin, who's, you know, a local guy on YouTube, which we're in today for Alibaba because of the big drop.
Go on.
I also sold puts for August, September, and January at $100 and $150 strike price further south. Doesn't understand growth, $1 million market cap, which is...
So he bought Alibaba July 2021. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. So for people saying, like, what happened to Alibaba? Like, where did Alibaba go?
I just did a tax loss harvest.
This is October 2022 now. So we're like 14 months later.
Alibaba. So this is what I did. I had a nice big loss in Alibaba. I had a ton of options income, and my QQQ short has a huge gain this year, and it's all short term. So I had a short term loss in Baba.
Okay, so October, so from July 2021, he bought Alibaba. October 2022, tax loss harvest, people. So we then go, let's just go to Seeking Alpha, see what kind of damage he did. So then I drew a chart between the two videos, and this is potentially his loss, people. So for people that are saying that's bullshit, the 7% loss only on Alibaba, you're right, because this is what he did. He tax loss harvested last October, projected 63% loss on this investment, depending on when he DCA'd into it or if he lump summed. But so between those two videos, that's what Alibaba did. So he got wrecked on Alibaba. Completely wrecked.
But he's only down 7%, Dan.
7%. So literally, people, listen. He bought it during the big bump in Alibaba, and then it dipped a bit, and he bought it. Then it just kept cratering. And then he tax loss harvest last year, and then potentially, I guess he bought back in this year, and now he's telling you he's a genius and he's only down 7%, and he bought it at the bottom. Just patently lying to you. And all these videos are still up on his website or on YouTube. So he's too stupid to delete anything. Like, he doesn't care apparently. But
it's not that. He thinks that the suckers who are in his club or whatever you want to call it, software group, are too dumb to look things up or look back. So I think that's what's actually happening. It's kind of like some of these other guys. So
it's just sad. It's just, someone said he had 1,200 people paying him $30 a month. I think I heard 1,200 people got suckered into paying him $30 potentially.
That means we're doing work. I think it was more before. That means we're making a difference.
If you're new to me and you haven't seen any of my other Paul coverage, I'll say it again. I keep saying it, people. You will not be a successful investor doing what Paul teaches you to do. You just won't.
So
he's underperformed every way, shape, or form I can show you. So
yeah, they're only making $36K a month now. We're doing the Lord's work.
And just for record, people, like, he never worked on Wall Street. Okay. He's never been an investment banker. So he's never worked in the industry. He's not a CPA, anything else that would have given him an edge. He's just a trust fund baby from a doctor dad. And his brother runs all his businesses. So if you haven't heard it before, like, we can keep saying it, but
I like the phrase "everything inherited."
Yep.
That's a good name for them, honestly. So, but I just find it, you know who said this? I'm not going to take credit for this at all, but I don't know if he wants me to say it was him. So I'll say the phrase because I see him, he's in the audience. And then if he wants to make claim to this, he can. But someone said that it's actually really pathetic because Paul is someone who just really wants to be liked so bad, so bad. And he'll do anything to try to prove that he's smart. So if you actually observe every single one of his behaviors, whether it's his Instagram profile, everyone go check your Instagram profile. Do you guys post how many words you're capable of typing in a minute? Do you post in many cases, if you're very competitive in chess and that's your passion, I'll let that one, slide that you do that because actually maybe that's more normal than not. But this is a person who shows that clear as day because he wants you to come to the table thinking that he's smarter than you. He really wants you to think that. So, and then you observe, Dan, you recently said this is true. What does he hire around him? He hires people who are yes men, people who know nothing. For Pete's sake, he has Mo as the guy sitting there who does the tuna face, like really scared. Sam, if you're watching, you can get the screenshot of that. Go.
Yeah, Mo. It's like
that's Mo. That's Mo. And you take any EM video and you start pausing it on when Mo's there, and it's literally tuna face. He's like scared tuna. And then you had Seth, right? Nice guy, but the guy didn't know anything. The guy did not know.
He was the everyman. Yeah.
And then you have the interns. You have all the other people around him. Every single person is a yes man to him. So he surrounds himself with people that make him feel like he's really intelligent. He posts things on social media that makes him feel like he's really intelligent. Hell, EM is a shrine to him to make him feel intelligent. The guy has probably deep-seated psychological issues around maybe his father having approval for him. I remember catching him in one point, and remember there's a saying, I think, Dan, you're the one who told me this. every podcaster goes through this, that eventually your audience becomes your therapist. You know, for example, Fuhat, he's my therapist. I'm kidding. But you said to me, every podcaster, their audience becomes a therapist. And so they start to like say things about their personal lives that maybe in the beginning they would never do. For example, we got insights into Paul's fights with his brother. But there's one snippet, I have it in my home computer because I thought it was hilarious that he said it, where he's talking to Seth and about his father's approval. And he's saying,
yes, yeah, I remember when you
remember that. And I'm like, what the heck?
I've never like purposely like sought out. I don't know that I don't want to say that's a bad thing. Like I've never. Oh, hold on. Oh,
I'm here to demolish this piece of shit.
Wait, Cole, do you have something to sip on?
I had some cocoa with marshmallows, but I finished it watching the stream.
how's it going, Cole?
I'm here to play therapist. No, y'all are completely right. Paul is Paul will never be, might be because he's like I don't want to clown people for being short, but I think part of it's because Paul's so short. I think he knows he's never actually he's never gonna walk into a bar and women are gonna wet themselves. That's never gonna happen. So he just has to buff up this like fake ego, and it but the problem is every time he like fakes it, he realizes that's not him and he feels worse. So he has to fake the ego even bigger. And that's where he is right now. He's like I can type 200 words per minute. I have 47 personal coaches. It's a whole that's his whole personality.
So I think I've gotten this like a lot of times. People are like, who would you trust with your money? Like Jeremy or Paul?
I can mathematically prove Jeremy.
Go ahead.
I'll let y'all talk first.
I would say unequivocally, I would give my money to Jeremy before Paul, like 100%, because Jeremy has picked winners. So at least I have the hope and potential that he could pick some winners like Elf or Tesla for me. But like Paul, there's no hope with Paul. And there's not even the security that he'll protect your money like a value investment or cash. Like
you showed the comparison between him and cash.
Yeah.
Fabio?
I don't know, man. I don't know where to begin. I'm just
You're
like,
fine, okay.
I'm in awe. But between the two investors, yeah, I'd say Jeremy over Paul, because at the very least, for example, if I gave Jeremy my money, he would degenerately occasionally make money. Degenerately, but he'll do it. Like, 2021 rolls around, the guy's gonna just go extreme high beta to the max, revenue my avenue, buy everything.
I think Paul's high beta.
Oh. Yeah, in another way, perhaps.
Should I put him up against a value fund?
Man, my grandmother got me this robe for Christmas, by the way. You can't see it too well, but it's very comfortable.
This is one of the most unimpressive investments you could make, the Schwab Value Large Cap ETF. So,
is there an ETF that shorts big tech the last 10 years? Compare them against that.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I guess it'd just be like SQQQ.
I can't wait to do the review of all his Amazon articles. That's going to be fun.
Well, he called you out in the video. He's like, somebody said I shorted Amazon in 2000. I wish I did.
Wait, was that you? He's calling out?
I didn't call him out about Amazon.
He's calling out in general. He's calling out people that talk. So there's an article that, when was it, Dan? Was it 2012 or 2013 or a different?
I have multiple articles from like 12 to 15.
What's like the main one where he compares it to Walmart and says he's going to short it?
I think it was 2012.
Yeah, so in 2012, Paul said he shorted Amazon, which, Fabio, how bad would that be?
In 2012, you had shorted Amazon?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That would
well, how much is Amazon up in 10 years?
Oh, I don't know exactly how much it's up.
Is it like well over 1,000% or
since 2012?
Yeah, because I don't know how much they run up by 2012.
I would probably guess that it is, or close to that. Probably 800.
Yeah. Bring us back to 2012, Dan. And yes, Gil, don't worry. I will get to the mathematical proof for
You can do that if you click advanced chart, Dan.
I gotta pull.
Or you can go to charting. There's two ways.
Actually, you know who has a really good chart? Go to the Everything Money software and pull up Amazon.
I will
And
kill
then
you.
you can click the calendar.
Okay, there we go. Oh, 680? I mean, I guess that's 2013, not 2012, but it's probably
Yeah, click the calendar right there next to the
Yeah.
and then
You
you
went
can
over 13?
customize it.
Oh, that's
2012.
fancy. That's fancy.
2012.
12.
Yeah, do it the day the Earth was supposed to end.
Wait, was that the first or the last day?
That was December 21, 2020. Sorry,
It was
2012.
supposed to end on the winter solstice?
Yeah.
Oh, no data. What the hell?
Oh shit! Because the world ended.
No, you set the
Oh,
ending
wait.
date. Yeah.
The world actually ended on
Look,
that.
the point
day.
is, wouldn't have been the smartest thing to short.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
How much is it up? Oh no, that's not it.
I mean,
Is it really? It really doubled in 2012. If that was because it said 600%, that one said 1200%.
oh, I can't do the count.
That's fine. Look, that's 608% is fine. Point is, we don't need the exact numbers. Point is, Paul wrote an article. He's like, why would anyone shop at? Why would anyone buy Amazon when Walmart sells more stuff? And I'm pretty. He did say he shorted, right? He said he shorted Amazon in the artitle.
I can't. I don't know where.
Okay, to give you the exact amount, is 1,469.91%. Since the beginning of December, since beginning of 2012 to now.
But so he wanted to short Amazon in 2012. I think he said it was worth like $20. He said it should drop like 60% or something crazy. But this is how he spins it.
Wait, sorry,
Yeah.
Cole. Sorry, there's something important.
Okay.
Andrew's comment here, guys. Just ignore the smoking gun I have that he's lying.
What is it?
What is a smoking gun?
Is it
He
just
might have
him saying he bought
us.
Alibaba at 120?
Did he message it to us?
I might. I was.
Is it
I
in the
wasn't
everything
reading
chat?
comments.
Hold on, I'm in the everything chat. Okay, yeah, somebody posted something that said it was a smoking gun.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's some people that they find everything on this guy.
Yeah.
Anyone remember AutoZone?
Oh, dude, I saw somebody said his Paycom return is literally impossible. I don't know when. Did he post it in Discord?
His Paycom return is impossible, you said?
Yeah, he says if you bought it at the lowest possible point, you'd be up 37%. But he says he's up 40. Let me go to that just to verify that's what he.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I haven't looked at Paycom, so I'm not verifying this.
Well, there's also intraday pricing. So I mean, but we're getting into.
Maybe it's possible. He says it made 39.7%. So maybe if it like really swung down before the end of the day.
Oh, you're saying that it there's no way. Okay.
He's saying even a perfect time he couldn't be up 39.
Yeah, it's 37.74% from the price listed that you can see on the chart till today. So,
Okay. And he said it's not including dividends, so it's not like it was that or anything.
Good God.
yeah, so that could be the fib.
37 point. Okay.
Is there any way to know to see if like was it down 2%
Look
lower?
at it. Look at it.
Even then, I doubt he bottomed it anyway. So I think that's
Yeah. He's basically saying like, guys, I bottom ticked it completely perfectly.
Yeah,
That's
intraday
good
bottom.
calling. Yeah. So look on the 39.7, but if I go to the chart and I
Yeah, McBuda's right. He sold covered calls on it, so he got the extra 2%.
37 is like the low.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So he couldn't have done that this year.
I'll have to rewatch it. I swear I was making dinner.
Unbelievable.
I was making dinner. I was watching the Everything Money video, and I swear it might have been Paycom, but I swear he says like I bought this stock and he says the share price, and Mo like laughs like off screen. I need to rewatch it. I do remember the funniest point, guys. If you want to go to the Everything Money video, I think it's like 507. When they're talking about Paycom. Paul's like, okay, I bought it at this price, and Paycom is now at Mo, and Mo goes, Paycom, and then like And then Paul just like Googles it himself.
Okay, 53% up on Generac. I never heard him say he owned Generac before this year, ever.
Well, his lawyer wouldn't let him say that.
Okay, so here's the two lowest points. We'll go to from this one, 40%. If you bought from here, so he would have had to buy right in the perfect timing of this dip to get what he's claiming he got right now, because that's 59%. So he's telling us he perfectly timed the bottom of Generac this year with no proof. Okay. Whatever.
Some people.
Wait, hold on. He tells us the price. He tells us the price. I'm listening to it right now.
Oh, Mick Buddha, you're so funny.
He says he bought it at 150 when it hit its strike price.
Look what Mick Buddha
Talking
said.
about Paycom.
No, I know, but Cole,
Yeah.
you're not thinking of this. McBuda's right. Mo helped Paul time the exact intraday bottom.
Oh, exactly.
No.
How convenient. So that's two stocks, hypothetically, he timed.
But so what's the low on Paycom? Because he said it hit his strike at 150. So was 150 the very bottom? So maybe he's including the premium if it was at 150.
It never hit.
Well, he said it hit his strike at 150 and he got assigned. So you calling Paul a liar?
It didn't hit 150 this year.
Oh no, wait. Michael's right. This portfolio, this is live replay portfolio. It's what he would have bought earlier.
Oh my god.
I mean, look. Sometimes when I get lucky on bottom ticking.
Every Saturday night.
No. Even with like the club members, because I'll showcase or actually no, it's more with top ticking, because bottom ticking, every portfolio update, you see the cost basis. But with top ticking, like for example, recently top ticking Musa and Crocs, right? Those accidental, but I'll showcase like the actual activity sheet from the
That's not true.
Andrew claims the intraday bottom was 146.
Are you ready for this? So this would be the NVIDIA short. We haven't talked about it. So
well, this is his stock portfolio, not a short portfolio.
Yeah. So I asked about like the response I got from my comment in their video. They're like, "Well, this is just his long-term investments. He's not talking about his other investments."
Yeah,
the commenter probably have no idea.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the commenter called Dan. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, wait. My memory is tricking me a little bit. I'm thinking of someone else.
All right, slow down on the whiskey, buddy.
I'm gonna get a refill.
Now I still need to do my mathematical proof for why Jeremy's better than Paul.
Okay, the reason is because at least Jeremy, like for example, this year had a more positive year than Paul. Last year, well, shit, actually, because last year
Jeremy bought Facebook on purpose.
Yeah, that's true. Paul accidentally bought Facebook.
There. Okay, yeah. His response to me was, I think those were trades. These are just stocks about investments for long haul. JC's a clown, but
JC or GC?
No, there's two people that it's like Indian. I think he uses some sort of intern service or something.
Yeah, India might be too expensive for him.
So, well, anyways, here's I have 3 clips of Paul from the short of NVIDIA.
Do y'all remember when Paul was like, one of my employees asked me for a raise, so I fired him?
No.
True. I will short again in the future, but what my brother and I are doing is right now we have one big family account. We're separating our accounts at the end of next year. And we're just going to have separate accounts.
Pause.
That is very weird to have one big account.
He's literally getting divorced by his brother.
Oh, you didn't know this?
They're having to split up the assets.
We have all these clips from his everything money streams. So.
Is he crying?
Well, but this is very weird, right? To have one big account where you have multiple parties in control. Because I understand having, because I'm right now working on this process to set up like a family office for, and only one individual will have control. You don't have multiple people just logging in And he's like, oh, I'm going to execute this. I'm going to execute that. We're all using the same pile of cash. It's just utter chaos.
Is that what he said? I thought Paul just had full control of it.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
No, the brother is in control. I mean, like realistically, if I probably, I'm making an assumption without knowing the other guy, but if I had to assume, I think the brother's probably a way better investor than Paul.
No, that guy. I don't think the brother invests at all. I think he just runs businesses.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Should just put your money in freaking VT or something.
Because if I'm being honest, I'm not trying to actually this, but like as a medium-sized business, a revenue run rate of 36K is not very good as a business. As an individual, that's very good. But as a business where you have to consider he has employees. I don't think he's making much money, and the software has maintenance costs associated with it annually. So, and they can get pretty expensive, like hosting services can get pretty expensive. I know, for example, Andrew knows why. Maybe we know this, but like Mighty Networks, for example, as a hosting service for a website, for an application, has an annualized fee of $30,000. Just that alone, just that, boom, gone, 30,000, and that's for a basic version or basic service. There's probably better ones, cheaper ones, but if you have someone on staff fixing bugs, that's going to cost you. I don't know how much you're paying for that. So if you do a 36K times 12, this is revenue, 432,000 as a salary. That's really good for someone. That's very, very, very good for an individual. But when you're running a business and you have salaries under that, you start to do the math, and compared probably to, let's say, their family's net worth, it's probably like chump change. And his dad's probably saying to him, "Oh, that's cute."
Yeah.
Well, he's finally proud of him.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, that's cute."
His dad's running like $1 million business, and Paul's like the equivalent of the wife selling knitting gloves.
That's literally exactly what it is.
It's like, you did it. You made.
He's like one of my favorite Paul quotes is when he's like, "Yeah, I discovered I'm better as an owner than a CEO, so I stepped away from my businesses." I was like, that just means you're good at doing nothing. Like that's like
the way he talks about his employees. I'm like, I have employees, and I just shake my head. I'm like, that's not how you treat people in a professional way. The way he talks about like firing people, and he's always trying to like tell them where like. Just like, oh, let me tell you a story. I'm going to teach you all the time. Like, fucking people don't want to hear that every day. Like,
yeah, Paul was like, I think Paul didn't understand that some people have to build their businesses. Paul was talking about how he met with a friend. He's like, I have a friend. He also owns a multi-million-dollar business, and we met up for coffee. And he said he works at his business 60 hours a week. I was like, what a waste of time. You know, like you could be out living. I was like, well, he probably has to like work. Like he's probably running the business.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see what he says here.
Puts as a way of betting against companies, or I will properly hedge my short calls, and I'm going to short when it comes to a trading strategy, not based on value.
I think the pencil's like a nervous twitch.
That makes no sense. So again, like trading is an investment strategy. I just don't understand.
Did he say he's not going to short based on valuation there? Or
That's what he said. But then that's why you shorted NVIDIA. You said it was overvalued. That's literally what he said before.
He can't help it. He's not going to be able to resist the urge. He wants to be right. Oh, and by the way, hey, Dan, great book recommendation. There's actually a paragraph dedicated to just that kind of person.
They want to be right. And like on the cool side, right? Like, okay. I haven't gotten that far. This weekend. I'm going to finish that book.
This is actually a picture. This is a picture after Seth came back and like shot Paul for firing him.
I've said this before. Like it's just weird because it's like a lot of these newer investors on YouTube that fall into like the Palantir, SoFi, Tesla circles. It's like they want to be right and they want to be cool. Like as they're like they want to be on the winning team and they want to make money. So they want to like they want this like, oh, Palantir, we're a united front, or I'm on the edge of innovation or something. It's like they want to be on this team.
Yeah, I think this is basically what you're saying. I think some people get off on, I guess you could call it a gambling addiction. They get off on taking the risky investment and it being right. Like they would rather make 20% off a risky investment than 30% off a safe investment.
Mhm.
Yes, they want to be right. Yes, this is that part of the book I think speaks so true to what we're seeing on YouTube. It's so funny.
See,
A group prayer for Paul's NVIDIA short. I love that. That's great. Pray for my brother, guys. He's going to murder me. Hey, guys, I'm going to be honest with you guys.
In the next
I
video,
use the
Paul had a
retirement
black
calculator
eye.
all the time.
In the next video, Paul had a black eye.
And my brother was overreacting the other day about the shorts. I go, Mikey, take our shorts losses and double it and put it all on us. Right now, mark our businesses in real estate down 10%. I go, if we're just able to make 8% return, we're billionaires in 30 years.
then why are you doing all of this? Why are you doing all this stupid shit, Paul? Like, all you need is 8% returns. Imagine if there was a product that returned 8% per year on average. Imagine something that existed that was more like an index.
I mean, you could just honestly, I mean, I guess it depends on your life goals. Maybe they live very extravagantly, but they could definitely just like they could just do 10-year treasuries and just live off the interest. They'd be fine.
Yeah. This is insane.
Why do we care? Now, with that said, that's why I now realize I shouldn't have done the shorts. Because what was I possibly going to gain from doing that? Even if I tried to be 100% right, I was going to make a few $1 million, which is a lot of money, but it wasn't going to make me a billionaire a year sooner. Okay, why do I care about that? And that's where I'm learning the whole adage of what Warren Buffett says: why risk what you have?
Warren Buffett doesn't short NVIDIA. Okay, so why are we quoting Warren Buffett here?
Is he even famous for shorting?
Oh yeah, Buffett is the king of shorting, guys. Let's bring Munger into this too and talk about crypto investing. While
I can see through this guy so easily. Like he always says stuff because he's insecure. When he's like, sure, I would have made a few $1 million, but what is that?
I used to joke with you, Cole. I think I would say like the YouTube Finance Investor Handbook starter book. First page is like Buffett quotes that you got to memorize so you can throw them out at the audience.
Yeah, they have nothing to do with the situation being talked about.
I must be the only person. Like, I don't read anything from Buffett.
I'm
a Peter Lynch person. I don't really care what Buffett.
Andrew's comment, the recent one.
But before you,
this is him. Yeah. This is how he actually thinks.
Yeah, then my dad will love me. Yeah.
Then they will love me.
What sucks is he's gonna be worth $999 million, and the day before he becomes a billionaire, his father dies.
Aw,
that's your movie.
Sure, his dad's a nice person.
It's called The First Billion.
The movie, The First Billion.
To get something that you don't need. Okay, good point. And I've learned that from this, just like I learned in real estate back in the day. All these lessons. But I look back at all the hardest times in my life, and a major learning lesson that made me better came from it. It's not a justification, but I think that these shorts will end up working themselves out because I have a 2-year time frame on them. I have until the end of December 2025 for them to work out.
Your long-term portfolio, but you didn't include the NVIDIA short. That's a long-term leap, if you will.
By the way, I have a question because I think I know the number now. I didn't think of this before. You see, it takes a little bit of liquid brain juice to start thinking about these things. But he gave us a clue here. All right, Wait a minute. So if you go back, right, I'm trying to imitate the meme of like the guy with the map. He's going crazy, circling. He told us he would make a couple $1 million. All right, let's remember how he executed this short. How did he do it again?
Didn't he just straight up short it?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
I thought he did it old fashioned, dude.
And how did he do it? He sold naked calls.
Okay.
Naked calls. Okay.
You say you make a few million.
What does that mean?
And there were 2 years to.
No. Yeah. Pause there. We don't need to continue forward. What does that mean? You're gonna make a couple million on naked calls. I want to see the audience. You guys can chip in.
So
does that apply?
So he must have unrealized losses in the tens of millions. Right?
Cole's getting it.
Okay.
Cole's getting it
because they were naked. Yeah.
Because that means.
And he said he was margin called.
That means the premium.
Yeah.
The premium. Oh no.
But fully for those in the audience though, just completely fully spill it out. Just
so Paul did what he sold a naked call. So he didn't have the shares. He shorted because he sold contracts on shares he does not own. And because he does not own them, he is liable upon the execution of the contract to purchase the shares and then sell it
And real
at
quick,
the agreed upon price.
real quick, a naked call has limited or unlimited reward.
A naked call has
Limited
reward.
Yes.
But what's the risk?
The risk is infinite.
Okay, so if the limited was millions, then the unlimited side.
And for people if
really...
you sold puts, you would just flip it the other way.
I don't know why. Gosh darn it, it didn't click for me before. He literally told us like the ballpark range here.
And then after that is when he said, "My brother and I will be splitting up our finances." That clip was after.
Oh God, now it makes sense because it's not hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
He's probably still holding them. Because I bet he feels so safe it'll crash within 2 years. I bet he's still holding them.
The sad thing, Cole, like he could bail on it. He doesn't have to hold this thing and keep getting wrecked and ruining his family.
And somebody pointed out though, by the way, look, he only has to make 8% a year. Anyway, I want to point out, somebody pointed out earlier, Paul wants to be a billionaire so fast, but Buffett wasn't a billionaire until 60. Let's remind everybody, Paul started ahead of Buffett. Buffett had to work for his first million. But
wait, the only thing I need to know now, the only thing that I need to know is what the strike price is of those things. If we have that number, then
do we know what he normally? I would guess like 20% or something, but maybe it was closer.
Oh, hey Jim, for anybody watching, Fabio and me did the EBIX video. Oh, we were on top of this. We did EBIX last week, so you can go check that video out. It's hilarious.
Guys, I'm in utter shock that he would do something like this.
When it was crazy enough until we found out that it was his family's like trust fund, and he was like destroying his family over this.
For those of you who don't
know,
he
blames his brother for losing, like getting emotional. Like my brother got emotional again. It's like
no, okay, because before
your brother's life.
I don't know. I was thinking in my mind like, oh, he did this and he lost like several hundreds of thousands of dollars. And then, okay, like I can see, but then, in the context of like, oh, they're apparently very wealthy, potentially worth tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions. And, what's a couple $100,000 at that time, at that point? Maybe because he isn't the one who earned it. And so he is just spending his family's money. But under this context, he's saying the maximum gain, I would have made a couple million. I'm like, bro, then that means like, that's the premium.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of y'all that don't know, I've become a real movie fanatic. I've seen so many movies lately that I'm just a Hollywood expert now. So I'm seeing all these ideas for Paul. We could do a reverse Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where instead of moving from the hood to a fancy mansion, he gets kicked out of the mansion, has to go live in the hood because he made his family homeless. I would watch that.
I think like at this point, it's actually really bad because now he has a business that generates revenue, $432,000 a year. And then he does a move because EM is part of the portfolio of his family. And he does a move that probably single-handedly has cost them tens of millions.
Well, look, with that once that limo rental business picks up.
So here's the third video clip for people that we have.
All right, you know what? Hey, this brain juice is really working because it's helping me see things in a different light perspective. All right, let's go.
Mikey and I got a little bit about it. He got stressed about the shorts again, even though the market we're up like 6 or 7% off our low.
I feel very confident. I don't know their family. I feel very confident the brother goes by Michael, but Paul's just like, yeah, Mikey. Mikey's pissed about the calls again. That's his way of like feeling more powerful than his brother.
Yeah,
Mikey.
Because Steve was talking to him about it, and Steve said he's like the bank's like harassing him about it.
Who started harassing him about it?
The bank is harassing his brother over the margin call on the shorts people. So imagine how bad it is. And he just now this was a private stream. This wasn't on YouTube, people. This was his Everything Money stream. So
Do you
Guys,
think
this could be a big portion of their portfolio?
Do you think he's exaggerating or under exaggerating when he said the bank
Let
was
me
harassing
actually
him?
see something because I think in order to get margin
Do
call,
you think he means the bank called like twice and that was harassment? Do you think the bank has been like on multiple hour-long calls? Like we're gonna sell everything.
So again, people, like, he could just buy the shares of NVIDIA and end the bleeding, but then that's admitting defeat. He's a stubborn prick.
It's admitting Kathy Wood's smart or something.
we don't know what the margin requirement is for his broker, but let's say, man, we're just guessing now. But sometimes I think it's common that it's like, what, 30%? I don't use margin too often at all. So,
Well, if we suddenly see like a company like liquidated or something, that's probably like what Paul's dad owned.
Yeah, I said to Mikey, I go either exit it and shut the F up about it. It's one of the two.
all right, let me
What a
see
good
Fidelity. Does he
Can you
use
imagine
Fidelity?
you're losing all this money for your family, and then you're like pissed at your brother for getting emotional and
Do you know-
upset about it?
Do you know how many stories I've heard like in real life where people are like, "Yeah, my brother borrowed $400 from me and didn't pay me back. I haven't spoken to him for 15 years." And then Paul's just like, "My dumbass brother lost tens of millions of dollars and he's being a dick about it." Yeah.
Okay. Actually, let's take Andrews because I looked up Fidelity. Fidelity uses an example in their website of 30%. Let's take 25% to make it, give them a 5% buffer. So let me think on this, right? That means he went over that threshold. Holy crap. That is
You got to do the math. You got to do a video, Fabio, and
That
actually
is
run it with the facts, because I can tell you, he initiated, I'm pretty sure, what was it? December last year through like April this year, like at the beginning of the year. He
Guys,
initiated in that window somewhere. So
guys, this trumps any previous content we ever made because I don't know why we didn't catch that detail. That was a big detail. And the first time, the third time I heard it, I didn't catch that. The million just kind of flew over my head.
What up, Echoes?
you should, so say like just split the
Echoes.
difference.
This
Say
is well.
say
The thing is,
or-
I don't care. Look, I want all of you to cover it because
Echoes. That has to be your video tomorrow. Play the clip where Paul said he could have made millions of dollars from his naked calls. And explain that means he's possibly lost tens of millions of dollars.
No, because my point is, I would prefer just the information to get out there. Because if I were to do a video, I don't know how long it would take me to do a video. I'm in this cabin and stuff. And as long as the information gets out there, and then people who are, kind of looking at Everything Money for the first time, hopefully they see those videos and they go, "Oh, this guy's, full of it. This guy's a fraud. Why am I going to listen to him? There's nothing to learn from this guy." Cole and I talk about this all the time. There's people on the internet that, right, they're a net negative viewership value. Like you're better off. Like you come out watching a video from them worse off.
Oh yeah. Like basically to summarize that, if somebody has never seen an investing video, they are going to be more knowledgeable about investing than somebody who watches Everything Money.
Guys, but wait. So if we're assuming 25%, oh my God, he's like annihilating his portfolio.
Because to get back to zero, they have to unlearn everything learned from Everything Money. So they're behind the wave.
Cole, you're just not appreciating this. He is annihilating their portfolio.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
He's annihilating it.
Fabio, stop drinking. You're starting to sound like Mikey.
Oh my God.
I
I
mean,
don't
I've
even know
said-
what I would do to someone. Like if one of like hypothetically,
Like,
if I'm sharing an account with a sibling.
like using the software, like Everything Money software,
Oh my
like
God.
there's probably other better examples, but like how could you, like I mentioned this in a community post, like Pfizer, you cannot use like the DCF that's on this Everything Money software. You cannot use it to value a company like this right now.
Then
They
how
have to
come
change
how
bump
come
in
all
revenue.
stocks are green?
You can't just have the software look back a certain number of years and pull that revenue and then create an average. There was a specific event in Pfizer's history that is not recurring and they're losing revenue fast. You wouldn't know that from the numbers alone. You'd have to look at and I looked at like the manager's commentary. So this is beyond just the numbers on the sheet you're looking at. The manager's commentary that you'd have to read to understand what happened. They expected COVID revenue to go down, but it went even worse than they expected. So like Paul will tell you you can use his software for any investment. And people have also called on and say you can't use that software for tech investments. But I'm like, you can't use it for lots of investments, such as like Pfizer. You can't accurately use a DCF model
and you
for Pfizer.
shouldn't use it
point
for
it
anything.
stands right now. You can't. You have to value Pfizer some other way. They won't work doing it that way. And because the revenue might keep going down. Like this is a company in trouble. That's my biggest critique about investing like they do.
Yeah. Paul's family gave them their money to manage as like a little bone. They threw him a bone, and they're like, "Look, the worst he can do is go to zero."
Plus, his software is dependent on like revenue growth, right? I think it's revenue growth. There's some companies that rebound margins more than it's more important the margins recover than the revenue.
Well, you can plug that
in
in
also, which I'm kind of surprised he said he bought Disney actually. But
Well, I don't believe him on anything else. I'm still wrapping my head around that.
I need to finally explain Jeremy versus Paul. Okay.
No, there's not even a competition now.
Well, no, but I need to explain why. So somebody explained to me once that fans and haters have like the same mental mindset. It's just one is positive, one is negative. So like Taylor Swift will tweet something, and like one person, like without even reading what she tweeted, one person will say, "I love you forever," and then somebody else will tweet, "Die." Like, and they're just the same level of people, just in opposites. Jeremy and Paul are the same exact investor. They're just one's positive, one's negative. Jeremy thinks everything's undervalued, and Paul thinks everything's overvalued. Now, so they're gonna be the exact same because they're both useless. The difference is the stock market goes up over time. So if you're just long, it's going to eventually you'll just kind of be right on accident, and that's why Jeremy will outperform Paul. You're welcome.
Beautifully put. I agree because, oh my God.
Here's Mr. Permabear.
Because Jeremy, when he shorts, he stupidly goes 3x S Dow calls, right? Okay, but he buys the calls. This guy did it at the beginning of the year. The year.
Yeah, Jeremy at worst, Jeremy goes bankrupt. Paul's done worse than zero.
NVIDIA. How much is NVIDIA up this year?
Well, look.
Well, I don't even know. When did he do it? Supposedly, did he do it last year?
He did it before. He did it before earnings that shot up like 25%.
It would have been done like between December and April at the beginning of this year. Well, that he mentioned it anyways. So
I watched a video where Paul put up the NVIDIA logo and he said plus 47%. So I think he's up.
Oh, yeah. So NVIDIA's up 240, almost, let's call it 250% this year. Oh my God, dude. That means, oh God. See, I don't even know what
Fabio's going to run it, do a quick emergency video tomorrow.
Like what
I solved how much
the amount of money that might be. No, the amount of money that might be.
Well, if you run it, like February this year, like or whenever the December 2025 options first came out, and then run like $2 million premium, right? To say like how much he actually bought.
Well, hey, you know how sorry, I lost my thought I'll get back to it.
If I had more time, I could probably figure it out actually, if I could.
Because that could mean it's like a lot of money, because I don't know what the premiums were back then, but if it's millions of dollars in premium, and let's say he looked at it and he's like, wow, no one's betting against NVIDIA. Look at the price on these contracts. They're like, whatever. Well, I don't even know if they were. No. He probably saw good yield. That's why he went. Never mind. No. He probably saw good yield on them. He can't be that stupid that he saw like some puts trading cheaply. Oh, no. What did he do? No. He sold calls. So that would be, I'm trying to think now. My brain's so like, just what the hell? So no, he sold naked calls. So what would he be thinking? I'm Paul in that moment. NVIDIA's going up.
Buffett indicator. PE
calls
ratio.
Are going. No. Calls would be increasing in value. So no, he would be thinking he's getting a really good yield.
He's getting, instead of just shorting the company, he's getting paid to wait to short it.
Yeah, he was getting really good yield. That's what he thought. Okay, so that's the frame of reference Paul was in. He's looking at the share price, rallying. Let's call it in December. It's still going to rally 250 an additional percent, and he's thinking this thing's going down. I'll sell some naked calls on this thing. Look at the yields here. There's no way it's going to go. That's probably what he was thinking. There's no way it's going to go up higher. There's no way it's going to go.
That's what I figured when I did the video on that. I'm like, he thought, okay, this is the peak, the mountaintop of NVIDIA, so it's free money.
Oh my!
And he went 2 fucking years out. 2 years.
Oh, that's another thing. Okay,
to go that far out on these options,
potentially not. Maybe he was getting really good, premium on them. That's what he was thinking.
Yeah, I mean, it might be like over 20% yield or something.
No.
I mean, it depends how out the money it was.
Oh, maybe in total. I thought you meant annualized.
Oh, yeah, in total, yeah.
So then, even if that's 20%, and then that's millions, that would be like a representation at that time of like 10 million, which is insane because you know what that means? He lost, right?
Mm.
Oh my God.
Devastation.
Yeah, that would be tens of millions, because now that liability, what NVIDIA costs today is 250% more than then. Let's call it 200. Let's give them 50%, 200% more than what it was. And so that would be, Jesus Christ. Yeah. If we assume like a 10 million.
That must have been what he talked. Remember the very start of the portfolio video today. He's like, all my stocks are up because people are idiots and are just buying everything. Like, that's why he's probably mad about NVIDIA.
If he had bought puts instead of the naked calls, I think I had calculated he would have only lost, when I did my video, like 30 to 50% at that time, which was like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than unlimited losses. So I don't know why these guys continue to buy, or I don't know why they refuse to buy contracts. They always want to sell them.
Yeah, exactly. Why didn't he just why not just buy some calls farther out just so you cap your loss?
I mean, if I was him, I would have potentially, I would never short NVIDIA, but I would have probably just done puts if I'm thinking about it. Maybe a small short that I could close quickly, but why would you fucking this? I would never even think about it.
Yeah, like just like whatever. What? Somebody throw out a strike price. That
I need a strike. No, I just need a strike price on this guy. If I get the strike price on this, we're golden.
So somebody had said in the comments they thought 360 when I did, but that was just a commenter. I don't know.
Like, as I'm saying, let's say for example he sold, let's say he sold calls at 350.
Guys, then I don't think the premium would have been that high. I don't think the premium would have been that high because
that's the thing. He's got to be closer to the price to get a better yield.
Precisely. So, for example, if I think this price is ridiculous, there's no way it's going to go higher, and I think it's going to go down, I'll sell. If I'm insane, right? I'll sell naked calls slightly in the money. I'll get insane premium.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But as I was saying, why not sell? Let's just say 300. That's just an example. We'll say 300.
Okay. Can you find the what they were trading at a certain date?
Yeah, I've got NVIDIA pulled up. What date do you want?
No. Find what the contracts were.
Oh, I have no idea how to find that.
What's a good resource for that? I've never had to look at historical contract prices.
Well, while y'all looked it up, just one fucking sentence. Let's say he sold calls at a 350 strike.
All right, what do you want to do?
Why not?
This is only not for selling. This is only for if you bought contracts. So,
damn it. Well, we can take the other side of the trade. What would be the strike? Not the strike price. Sorry, the premium that we would pay for a $300 strike 2 years out from January 23. So January 2024, 2025.
Well, in Paul's defense, the stock analyzer tool gave it a stock price of $5. So
makes sense. So let's see what premium we paid.
So let's say from February this year, I guess. You want to do 300?
Yeah, strike 300. What did we pay?
We need to go to December 25. So this would have been. Oh, reset. Hold on. Damn it. Hopefully it runs. This website's not the best. Yeah. I don't think that's very helpful.
Did it? I don't know. I'm not familiar with the setup here on this website.
Yeah, what is this from 1997?
Look, there's ones you pay for, but
Does anyone know of a good website we could use, chat, that we can check what the premiums we're trading for a particular contract at a particular day?
And if we don't get a good resource for this within 2 minutes, I will start banning one person every 30 seconds.
Cole doesn't have the power to do that.
Yeah.
yeah, this is tough. This one's not really made for figuring that out. So
You know, it's funny that
Let me just look, Google like historical ban Fuhat.
It's funny that he was short calls, but then he got a call from his bank that he was broke.
Let me see if this yields anything good. Yeah, okay, this website. I hope it's free though.
Dan, will you commit to paying $30 right now to unlock this tool?
no.
We should do a fundraiser. Can we get $30 in super chats in the next 5 minutes to buy this options tool?
No. We're just using it for this one thing. Let me see if I can use this. All right, wait. Here, this shows promise. Oh,
Yeah, don't
this
worry.
is
This is
exactly what I
free.
wanted.
This is free. Don't worry, guys.
This is what I wanted. Wait, no, never mind.
No.
Okay, we need that $30, guys.
We can't go in the past. No.
Wait, what if we built a time machine and went back and then looked at the website?
I just want to look in the past. That's all I want to do.
What are you, a 90s kid? Thank you, guys. Been on a roll tonight.
Okay. Oh, well, yeah, this is a database. Equity options, price history. Please give me.
Would you guys watch a movie where Paul and Mo are about to get kicked out of their dad's house because they lost so much money on NVIDIA? So like the week before the contracts expire, they have to like basically like infiltrate NVIDIA and like blow up the headquarters to make the stock price fall. Would you guys watch? Like it's like a slapstick comedy where like Mo, it's like a Three Stooges with Mo and Paul. Would you guys watch that?
Everyone I look up.
Okay. I know a guy who can get this to us. We need a Bloomberg terminal.
All right, Bloomberg terminal, DM Fabio.
All right, so when Fabio gets back from the woods, he's gonna do a detailed breakdown of how wrecked Paul is.
We need to. I'll message him now on Discord. Okay, let's see if he's awake. If he has to be awake and by the computer where his Bloomberg terminal is.
What are you investment guys sleep next to the computer? Oh, I need to trade. Oh, you get up, start typing the random shit in.
Biotech is already in there going, it's your time to shine, bro.
Oh, wait, I got to look at that.
Can you get we want the call and NVIDIA call strike.
April 23 or before that?
Well, we want it for what month?
April 1st, 2023. Does that sound right, Dan?
It's somewhere in that range you could do.
That's April 1st.
I think he's
like
more
more
in the year. I would say like February.
Well, I'm trying to be more generous to him.
Yeah.
Because I think it was going up in between February and April.
2025 expiration, December 2025 expiration, strike of 300. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if the person gets back to us.
I honestly think I'm not joking at all. I think like 10% of Paul's logic was he's like, well, stocks aren't going to go up in a Biden America, so this is safe.
Okay, so we'll see. We might get it during the stream. We might not, but if we do, oh my gosh, we'll be very close to actually calculating the loss.
I don't understand that. Like, I've never. This isn't a knock on my dad. I never really gave a shit about trying to prove anything to my dad. I like my dad. Like, I never felt like this urge. But then again, he's not a doctor, right? My dad was like a military guy, and then he ran a UPS franchise. So, but that's such a weird concept. Like, I want to prove myself to my dad. Kind of weird.
Yeah. Wait. Sorry, Garbage Goober. I'm seeing there. Garbage Goober. If you have a Thinkorswim account, because I don't want to create a Thinkorswim account just to do this. If you have one in the paper trade,
well, Fabio, you can actually use my sign up link right now to donate.
Oh, this whole thing, by the way, everyone, this whole 1 hour and 22 minutes is a long advertisement for Thinkorswim.
This whole thing was planned to like, man, we can't find options contracts. Any app have this?
We presented you a whole dilemma, and then like now we see how invested you were in us finding the answer. And wouldn't it have been great if we had the product to give us that answer? Well, you can with the link down in the description below. Thinkorswim promo code Dibidan.
I think the funniest answer would be if the answer was the 8-pillar software that had what we're looking for.
I don't think I have any. I don't know what Thinkorswim is.
Not Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim.
Sent me something. Let's see if it helps us. This is my first ever options trade. Want to get your opinions?
It's probably porn.
Calling call option. Strike price 270. Expiration February 25th. No, because it's February 25th. If it was 2025, we can...
Fuhat, you moron!
Your time to shine.
It was a worthy endeavor or try.
Yeah,
it's a very short-term contract. Can't help us with that.
Well, we're at an hour and a half, so probably cut it.
All right.
I mean, I'm having fun, but whatever. Yeah, it's good.
So this weekend, I always recap. I'm going to do another video on fitness training programming that you could do. New year, new you, people. Remember that. And then I'm also going to do a video where I cover different options in your 401k. So maybe you need to set it up. Maybe you need to change something. Give you some ideas. Maybe Strongman will make an appearance. We'll see. So, anything, Fabio, enjoying the cabin? Any comments? You're probably ready to get back and calculate this in the home front.
Yeah, I'm getting asked what date I need exactly, and I just said any day in February.
Bio
is like to the Discord.
No, he doesn't.
So wait,
I'm sorry. To run this, and then you could do another. We could do another video.
Maybe you just said this, Dan, but are we doing like a New Year's live stream? Because that sounds awesome.
I don't. What, like a Ryu Rabble?
Yeah, kind of thing. Like we count down to midnight.
Oh, I don't stay up till midnight, dude.
Oh man.
If I was gonna stay up till midnight, I'm gonna go party with my buddy. And
wouldn't you rather talk about YouTube finances?
No, I'd rather get drunk in Saratoga.
Oh,
But,
well, sucks to be you guys, but okay.
All right, we have something here. Okay, so I'm looking here. Snapshot. NVIDIA 17, 2025, $300 calls. Oh wait,
well, look,
this is not.
Even if his stocks go to zero, he'll still have his watch collection. So,
looking. What am I looking at here?
No.
Last bid. No, but this is quoted still December 28, 2023. Is this someone else sent me? It's not from the Bloomberg terminal. But this is what they're priced at today. That's the point.
Yeah.
So right now, yeah, you can see the price to 221.60.
I don't know off top, like when did the December 25 contract start getting even offered? So I don't know yet.
I just don't know what the price is. No, not a Feb X. Oh, it's wait.
Oh, I got you now, Carson. I've never downloaded it actually. I should probably try it, but yeah, I haven't downloaded the Schwab software because I'm at work on my phone or I'm at home afterwards when the markets are down. So I should probably check it out. I got a day off.
All right. Well, Dan, I appreciate you so much for having me on, man.
Yep, no problem.
Let's fuck Paul.
All right. Well,
that was like a Hail Hydra moment.
Someone wants me to yeah, Cole, maybe we'll do Rich Dad Poor Dad book review. I might torture myself and read it at some point. So anyways. Well, enjoy your when you back to civilization anytime soon.
Next week.
All right.
So not too long. But yeah, I'm gonna spend the first couple days of the new year over here.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to lock down Disney. I got my buddy gave me his Disney points, so I'm getting like a 45% discount for next August. So I just got to pick which one to stay at. There's so many goddamn resorts to choose from. He's like, which one? It's this huge. I'm like, the hell? These are all Disney resorts. He's like, yeah, you got to pick one. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And they have different flavors of how much Disney they shove in your face. Some of them are a little bit more subtle. Others are just like, there is a Mickey Mouse in your bedroom.
I think we're going to probably do the one close to Disney, the Floridian or the Contemporary. Because I think my wife,
the Grand
she just wants the
Floridian?
Disney slap you in the face Disney experience. So
the Grand Floridian? Did you say that one?
Yeah, like the Grand Floridian or the Contemporary Hotel. There's like a tower next to it. I think those are our two options.
Both are good. The Grand Floridian's the one I'm really familiar with, or I'm more familiar with, because they also have really good restaurants there. They have good food.
Oh, good. Well, he said I could try and get in the I think it's the Yacht Club or the Beach Club villas, but he said they usually book immediately. He's like, my friend's never even been able to get in himself, so he's like, I probably won't be able to. Fine. But
if you want recommendations on restaurants, Hollywood Studios. Do you want like the best restaurants or just like, because there's a couple good restaurants and there's like the best ones. So, I mean, there's ones that are more famous. Like if you go to Epcot, everyone knows like the French one and the Mexican one. Those are like the two really good ones.
Oh, okay.
The French one is one of their, it's part of their fine dining.
Well, yeah, I'll be there whole week. I'll pick your brain before August when we do this. So
just sleep on Fabio's couch. Who's sleeping on my couch?
What? Listen. Dan Weston does not sleep on fucking couches. All right. I don't fucking do that. I've got enough money in my life. I don't sleep on people's couches. All right. I go to my friends' houses and I sleep at the fucking hotel down the road. I get that luxury. I'm not cheap. So why do people like you don't have to be stingy to have investments and drive a shit car. Like, you can have nice things, but not everything you do in life can be nice and have investments. But I don't know. That's my rant. That's gonna get clipped by Sam.
Yeah, he's like, listen, I don't sleep on fucking couch.
No, listen, I've gotten shit from people because they want me to sleep on their couch, and like they get annoyed for some reason that I want to stay in a hotel. And I'm like, why are you so butthurt about this? Like, I'm like right down the road from you. Like, it's going to be okay. Don't get offended.
The chat is going funny.
When you're like 40 years old, you won't be sleeping on people's couches. People, you won't want to. Like, whatever.
I just sleep on the floor.
What?
That's what Fuhat said.
Bro, Fuhat. Fuhat, you should listen to Fabio and me. You better your life, I think. But you keep defying us. It's cool.
You keep defying us.
You don't listen. Oh, anyways. Well, you have a good night, everyone. Thanks for coming on, Fabio. There'll be more trashing Paul coming up.
Always a pleasure.
All right. We will see you all later, and bye.